G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today for you I've got some Chieftain Mark 3 gameplay. I've been tempted to try and grind out the Chieftain Mark 10 and I've still got to go through the Mark 5, which I don't think I'll ever actually play. But anyway, the Mark 3 is still glorious at 8.0. All the matches I've played in it recently, I've not been up tiered to 9.0 once. The highest I've been up tiered was 8.7, and even then the Chieftain is more than capable at that battle rating. I do find this tank somewhat boring occasionally because, well, it's basically get to the battlefield way after the enemy and just drive through shooting them one after the other. But anyway, it's actually kind of relaxing in that way as well, because it's not frustrating. You can bounce shots and other things. And you also have a giant fuck-off gun that's going to pen everything. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. And here we are on Sinai, or Sands of Sinai now. I decided to delay this until I hopefully get into the action, as I can't remember how long I drove on this map until I actually got to see someone. I'm assuming it was now. But anyway, it gives me some time to discuss some stuff. Chieftain Mark 3. Good tank at 8.0. It's still as glorious as it used to be when it was top tier. It is a bit sluggish, and if you know me well enough, you know I don't like slow tanks. So I can sometimes find this thing boring, despite the fact that I do rather well in it. As a tank, well, its mobility, it's not too bad in a straight line. If you're going on in a straight line, you can get it up to 40 kilometers an hour. But it generally has to be on a paved surface. You usually hover around 36 kilometers an hour on off-road. Frontal armor-wise, turret is amazing, and so is the upper front plate. Just to APHE and everything else, your lower plate is a massive weakness. That said, fighting things that only have APDS and heat, the Chieftain from the front can be a bit of a pain to kill, at least in my experience, because you can shoot for the ammo. The ammo doesn't always blow up, has a tendency to not blow up, and you generally only kill one crew member. Anyway, it's our first target. We watch that T-62 set the AMX-30 on fire. Just keep driving. Manage to damage his cannon breech enough for him to not get out of fire. So I wasn't too scared of pushing in. Wait till I can see him again after stop firing machine gun. Up front, through middle up front plate, kill 3 of the 4 crew members. First kill. Let's see this T-62 here. I think he knows I'm coming. Sees me coming, shoots himself and says, I better get out of here, but there's nothing he could do here. Shot through the engine deck, kills his gunner commander and engine, sets him on fire. And the Chieftain's reload, there's no threat of him being able to get his crew back and finish shoot me. One through the engine deck, and ammo rack him for a second kill. And it's another glorious thing about the Chieftain is that it's got a really good reload for its massive 120mm gun. And with still more pen than most of the FSTS shells in the game, this shell is great. It just sucks at penning angles and still can't go through the upper front plate of the T-64, despite the level of pen it has. That's to do with the fact that it's just normal APDS. Its spalling is on the minimal side. It's not the best shell at spalling. Anyways, this is 100 up here. He takes a shot at me and bounces, I'm pretty sure. Or sees me, I miss my shot and he decides to run. It doesn't show in the replay, but I switched to Hesh here specifically to deal with him. Push up this hill. Another thing about the Chieftain, back when I played it most, was back when the stabilizers were just really quick vertical traverse with a gun. To be honest, I preferred that because the Chieftains was glorious. You'd be able to snap the gun up incredibly quickly. So you could actually drive around the corner. If there's something above you, just snap the gun up and shoot them. But I don't paint the proper stabilizers now. I just don't like the fact that the elevation is slow. Anyway, take that guy's shot out, push around in front of him, hull breaks him, and we go back to APDS. So, well, we better go clear the sniper point, as I realised that there were a couple of tanks up there earlier. As you can see, the Chieftain gets going okay. I mean, I am only doing, 30 kilometers an hour here. Got this T62. He bounced off my turret. Alright, no, actually he bounced off my track. I managed to knock out his turret drive. And gunner next shot through finishes him off. Just keep driving. Spot the T55 here. He's oblivious to the fact we're here. Shot through his engine so he can't get away. Knock out his cannon breech. Tobias misses his shot, or I don't know how he fails to do anything to that, but yeah, next shot through finishes him off. So 5th kill. Here we decide to push over as there's a couple of tanks in the ACAT. I mean, we'll see if we can find the IT-1. I ended up noticing him there, but I didn't see him start off with. From the shot through the engine. Shot through the engine deck, sets off his ammo, and it's my 6th kill. We stop here because we see, well, we're still capping that point. Look around. Then I saw the BMP-1's ATGM moving, so take a shot at that and ammo rack him. 7th kill. So, well, I better push to B, as, well, we need to get some cap zones back, otherwise we're going to lose some points. Decide to turn and start pushing towards B. I turn my turret around to face behind me, as, well, I knew that I just killed a couple of guys and I figured they'd be on fresh respawns. Spot the BMP-1 there, on the move. Takes him out. Just keep driving. Another glorious thing about the Chieftain is the fact that because it's not overly quick, the gun is almost 100% stable the whole time. Just got that IT-1 there. He manages to kill my loader. I go through and only track him. Cut my smoke to hide. Work my way around. See, he got hit. So I'll take another pot shot at him. And clip his commander's cupola or gunner's cupola and kill him. It was really a lucky shot, but that's kill number 9. This AA truck's having trouble at base in a minute. But we spot there's a T62 in spawn. I don't think I spotted him yet actually. So he took a shot at me. That was really it for him. He's still in spawn protection, so well, I'd keep driving. I know he's got at least a 12-second reload. I really do think I might enjoy the Mark 10. I mean, it's going to be slow compared to everything else, and my 2 favourite tanks at top tier are the 2 fastest tanks. Excuse me. So, but I guess maybe trading mobility for armour might not be a bad thing. You see that T62 there. Started to peek out. I lost where he was for a second. Spotted behind the building there. Shot through the upper front plate. Sets off his ammo and kills his gunner commander. It's kill number 10. I turn around and figure, well, let's go to B. Or let's go back this way as there was an enemy tank that still hadn't died yet that was on our side of the map. again, turn the turret back to check nothing else is going to come and shoot me in the arse from their spawn. The Chieftain Mark 10 looks like it'll be kind of fun, but it will still suffer from the poor mobility of the Chieftain. But that said, you've got to trade something for the best armor and the best pen and biggest gun. Well, not the biggest gun actually, but anyway, the best APF SDS shell. Surprisingly, it actually only has another 10mm of penetration off the standard Chieftain shell, but because well, it's APF SDS, it's gonna do a lot more damage and can pen a lot more things. Anyway, we keep driving on here, keep searching for this T-44-100. Thought it was a T-54 at the time, so it's a T-44-100. Shot through the upper front plate, killed his gunner, and he only had 2 crew left, so that's kill number 11. So, well, we'll head out to the desert. I have a feeling I don't really do much after this. I kind of drive around this corner looking this way. Didn't see this T-54. It ends up getting killed. I thought he was out in the desert, so I'm looking for him out there. See him there, turn, hit the snapshot, get unlucky not to set that ammo off down the bottom. Well, that rang an end to my 11 kill game, which could have been even more. So anyway, until next time, I thank you all for watching. I don't know what I'll have out next. I need to get around to doing my tutorial videos. I still haven't decided what vehicle I want to do or which vehicle I feel comfortable doing. I have had another idea for like a tutorial that I may do first, because I've had some people complaining, or seen a lot of complaints about the L7 and L7 APDS, so thinking that, well, need to do that. I might get around and do a video on that to shut people up, as personally I have no trouble or problems with L7 APDS. But anyway, that's for another time. Thank you all for watching, and yeah.